This is JP for Naughty MMOs. Today we're going to be going ahead and looking at Forsaken World. Just to give you a little bit of an overview of the actual game itself. Forsaken World is the 6th, it's actually the 7th MMORPG produced by Perfect World Entertainment, known for their North American market genre of games. Officially launched in March 9th, 2011. This game has caught wind from a lot of people. Original features for Forsaken World included vampire race called the Kindred, which you guys are going to see me play today. The ability for up to 10 players per server to become gods, a unique PvP system, a floating fortress which guilds can fight over, and a map-wide skill effects. You guys know this game to be from Jade Dynasty, Saga Online, Battles of Immortals, and the newest game that they just came out with is War of Immortals, Rusty Hearts, and Legend of Martial Arts. There's a couple different races. Races include Stoneman, Elf, Dwarf, Hunter, or Human, and Kindred. The occupations are the Socialite, Adventurer, Merchant, Collector, Arcanist, Botanist, Astrologist, Armorsmith, Blacksmith, Tamer, and Alchemist. And we are going to be, like I said, we are going to be a vampire class in the Kindred, but there is also warriors, protectors, assassins, marksmen, mage, priests, and there is also the bards as well. As you can tell that I am actually recording this not live, but as you guys can clearly see, we are going to get into the game right now. I will have to apologize for some frame rate issues. I had that throughout the game, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and get things started. Now we are obviously in the training world, so you will have to do the tutorial kind of quest areas, obviously, but the player base in this game is very, very high. You can match up with other players, you can party with other players to make things go a lot quicker. Graphics, high quality graphics, absolutely amazing graphics. I actually had to turn down my graphics just a little bit while I was recording, but it still looks absolutely amazing. The type of game is obviously an MMORPG like World of Warcraft or Runes of Magic, or that type of genre of game. This has got some very interesting elements in the game actually itself. It's got a dueling system, a clan war system, and it's not that big of a game. It's only about 3,100 megabytes. The pros so far of this game that I saw throughout the recording is the various races and classes. Plenty of crafting options, so there is a crafting system within the game, which we'll probably get into in another video. It is a WASD, and you can also point and click as well, as you can clearly see. Map-wide skill effects, various PvP options, music tracks, and the soundtrack throughout the game itself is absolutely amazing. The quest line system I think is pretty good, and yes, there we go. The cons, obviously there is some translation errors because they are translating it from Asia to North American, and obviously that's, you know, whatever. If you don't read it, if you're just like myself where you basically click on the quest, accept, that's basically what I do. I don't really read much. Generic fantasy settings, so it's pretty decent. The interface is clean, it looks good, but let's go ahead and see what we're doing here. So you can clearly see that's the character screen. You can move your bars around, you can do what you want with that. The other thing that I like as well is that there is an in-shop system, as you can clearly see here, but you can actually spend your in-game currency to get the stuff that's in there. You are awarded it, and it is actually quite fun. You do get a lot of buffs doing the tutorial area, so I recommend that you definitely do it because it is well worth your time and your energy. So just like Perfect World, the game itself, it's kind of just like that. It's just like a lot of their games that actually produce, like Jade Dynasty, Saga Online, Battles of Immortals. You can actually pick the type of view that you want. You can go with 2.5D, 2.8D, and 3D, which is the view that we're currently in right now. If you do like a 2.5 or 2.8D, then you're getting more of the Battles of Immortals or War of Immortals look on it, where you would basically be doing your pointing and clicking. Kind of like your Diablo, it'd be like that, basically. But anyways, let's go ahead and hand this quest in, hopefully. Actually, no, I think I have to, well, there's a cutscene here. But I'll have to go back, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But it's definitely interesting. Let's see here. So if I could tell you a little bit more about the game itself, when Perfect World Entertainment entered the MMORPG market in North America lots of years ago, they had many lessons to learn. Obviously, the Western gamers wanted years later PvE has brought gamers a new title such as Forsaken World. This game here is actually designed with the whole Western fantasy theme idea behind it. It was actually built within the Western gamer in mind. So basically, if you are looking for a game that is going to have basically everything and anything that you want, this is the game that you're going to definitely want to check out. It gives you the reward system. The longer you stay online, the better rewards you get, the longer experience you get. Currently right now I actually have double times experience, or 3 times experience currently right now, with one of the buffs that they gave me. And obviously the more popular Western titles, as you could probably imagine, is going to be Runes of Magic. Obviously everybody knows about that, Aeon, and obviously, yes, even World of Warcraft as well. So we've got a blend of each one of those games, basically taking the best things out of those games, smashing it into one game, and it obviously makes for a lot of fun. Now, I forgot to pick up this candle, so let's go ahead and pick that up, and then I can hand in that quest. Hopefully I'll be able to get outside and actually show you some killing, so that way you guys can take a look at the elements and the graphics and the way that the spells look and all that kind of stuff. Now, this game's got a very unique system where you start off with 4 different skills right away. There's different job advancements which you'll get, I believe, once you hit level 10, and then you can basically go from there. Yes, so that is definitely very interesting. Now, I like the fact that there is 5 different races. Within each race, there's anywhere from 1 to 3 different job titles that you can have. There's obviously human, elf, dwarf, stoneman. Stoneman, you can only, unfortunately, it's gender locked. You can only be male with that one. And Kindred, which is obviously what we are. Now, in total, there's 8 classes. There's warrior, mage, priest, protector, assassin, bard, marksman, and obviously what we are is a vampire. Within each class, or each different race, you start off in a different area. Because we are vampires, we'll start off in this area, but if, for example, if you were an elf or a dwarf, you'd start off in a different area. So it's definitely lots of fun, and like I said, by doing these first little bit of quests, you definitely do get a lot of stuff. You get a lot of different gear, you get a lot of different starting gear, you can get different titles. As you can see that I already obviously have a title already, and yeah, that's basically it. Now, each class also marked with an official difficulty rating called a micro, or a micro, ranging from easy, which is 3 stars, to hard, which is 5 stars. Now, currently right now, if you look up at the top left-hand corner where my character is, you'll see that I have a star right there. Now, that basically right there is going to tell you what star ability that I am, and that's going to tell you what difficulty it is that I'm basically on. Basically, the faster you kill mobs, the faster you kill stuff, the higher the level ranking you'll get, and so on and so forth. As you saw during the customization screen, I want to go back to that for a quick second here. You can obviously customize your face, your flare, your skin, your hairstyle, even your hair color are all very customizable with dozens of different options, including unique flares for each facial choice. For each race, it becomes different. So if I was, for example, again, we'll go back to the dwarf or the elves, I would have different hairstyles than if I was a vampire, obviously. I'm going to take out these wolves here, obviously, and there's very little overlap between each race's terms, hairstyles, flares, which means that you can completely get a fairly unique different hairstyle. For example, this person's beside me will have a different hairstyle than I would if she's not a vampire. Looks like she's a slicer or a dicer of some kind. So there you go, or an assassin, I should say. It looks like she's an assassin. So she would have something completely different than what I would have. So there you go. Now, Obviously, the different controls within this game are, like I said, you can either do the point and click or you can do W, A, S, and D. The game also has an auto routing system or an auto pathfinding system where basically you just click to where you would like to go and it'll automatically take you there. Most NPCs within the game, all you have to do is basically just click in. If you can see at the bottom right hand corner beside the mini-map to your left, you can see that I have coordinates there, and that's basically going to take me to the NPC, and you'll see that here in a couple seconds. You'll see that I will automatically walk there just by clicking on it, which will take me to exactly where I need to go. Now, there's obviously plenty of in-game help. That can get a little bit confusing. As you can see, I'm basically looking through my skills right now, but there is a lot of different things that there is a little bit of a steep learning curve to the game. But if you're used to MMORPGs, like again we go back to World of Warcraft or Ion or Perfect World or any of those type games, you shouldn't have any problems. So if this is a new game for you or a new type of genre of game, then you may want to definitely do the tutorial for sure. I recommend that you do tutorials in all games anyways, because of the fact that you're going to get starter gear, you're going to get starter experience. I believe after I go through the tutorial on this, I get to about level 8. So I mean, you're getting lots of experience. And here we go. This is showing you the auto route system, where it's basically going to take me to exactly where I need to go. Now that blue thing there, that I had my mouse over there for a quick second, that is actually your premium currency within the game that you can use in the marketplace or in the shop, the cash shop system. As you can see here, the interface looks very, very similar to some other Perfect World Entertainment games. As you can see, there's the title system, so you don't have to go searching for it. I always hated going and looking and searching for the titles within each game, because the title system sometimes will give you a buff, kind of like Eden Eternal Online. It's another game to give you buffs per titles, and it's always fun to have a different title anyways. Makes you a little bit stand out a little bit more than your peers that you are playing with. This has definitely got a very, very good peer-to-peer system. You can basically party up with anybody in any area within the game, and that definitely does help out a lot as well. So let's see here, here's the map system, and basically if we zoom out, we can actually see the size of the world. Now this world, as you can clearly see at the top left of that map, or you had a chance to see it at the top left of that map, that is where the other starting areas would be, and you can actually open up all this, and basically each area is where you can actually travel to eventually. Now you do start off in the starting area for a fairly long time, but it does get a lot more complex. You do get into the main city once you get past this area here. But there you go, guys. That's basically this game. There's not really much more that you can actually do within the game. There is achievement systems with over 200 different achievements that you can get within the game, leaving plenty of grinding, and for all those achievement hunters, you definitely have some achievements to capture. Like I said, there's over 200 of them, and you'll definitely have lots of fun with that. There's also a mounting system and a pet system as well. You'll get into that once you get a little bit higher level within the game, but I am coming down to my time. So basically, guys, that's basically about it. This has been JP for Naughty MMOs, and you've just seen a first look, or my first impressions of Forsaken World by Perfect World Entertainment. Until next time, guys, later.